Take a seat.
Okay, so we're going back in time to the beginnings of Puma and how they started, right? Tell us about where, what was this place? It was in Germany, right?
Yes, it's in Germany, and it's in 1948 in a place called Herzog. It's like somewhere near to Frankfurt, not that near, about 2 hours from Frankfurt. And it was started by our founder, Rudolf Dassler. Okay.
I mean, can you just imagine that small little shop?
Exactly. This is where they started to make their first pair of Puma boots. Yeah.
The small little workshop, and now it's growing to a multinational company.
Exactly. Yes.
And tell us, how did Puma get its name? Just tell me this really interesting story about how Puma got its name, which I never knew before.
Actually, our founder, Rudolf Dassler, has a nickname called Puma. That's why he started, the company and called it Puma.
I wonder how he got that nickname, from Rudolf to Puma, but okay. Especially, and they started out only for football boots. Is that right?
Yes, we started off with football boots, and we were the first to make this screw-in studs. In fact, you can see in the showcase later the very first boots with a screw-in stud, and we call it the Atom.
Right. Okay, so that's how it started. Yes. A German invented it. Yes. Another German invention. All right, and tell us about this over here.
This is Maradona. I'm sure you know who he is.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I do know, because my uncle always talks about him.
He was one of the
Maradona
football players.
He is, yeah.
So this was the boots that he wore.
Alright, so we're at the beginning of Alright, tell us about this shoe. Who wore this?
This shoe was worn by Pele himself. Actually, you can see his name, his sign here. So this is what we call our Puma King boots. And until today, we still have this design, and we just improve on it and look better, because even for that time, it looks really good. Yeah.
So I wonder what he's using now. Is he still using this?
I can hear you.
You can't hear me, yeah? Okay. What happened to the other side?
Huh?
What happened to the other side of this?
The other side?
Yeah.
Where?
It's just No, it's just I'm silly.
Funny.
Okay, what's on the back of this?
On this side?
Yeah.
This is the first pair of shoes with wooden studs. Okay, it's the very first shoe with studs. Alright, it's the very first pair of soccer boots with studs. In 1954, and you can already see that in 1954, can you imagine in those days, this would be a very, very cool looking pair of shoes.
It's a very stylish boot.
Yes, very stylish shoe. I mean, for 1954.
Yeah. No, it looks very old school, but it's got...
This is the old Puma logo with the Puma, jumping into a D. This is our very classic logo.
Wow, okay, and how much was
it? Stands for Dassler, which is the founder's name.
And obviously these are not for sale, right?
No.
I can't even touch it, I'm protected by this glass.
Yeah, sure, you can't touch it.
I can't even touch it. Just have to admire it. But take a look, it's really old school, and I quite like it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay. We'll go on.
Okay, and until today, we still have these boots, modeled after this fitting and this design.
How long ago was this made?
Actually a form street. Right. This is our Puma, I would say our signature logo. It's so what you call a form street. There's 3 lines. It's like a curve.
Was this boot made especially for him? Because it says Maradona Super.
Yes, it is made for him. Right. And this is his shoe. He actually wore this.
Wow, so it's stinky and still got his sweat embedded somewhere in there.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is one of our iconic boots. It's called the King.
It's worn by Maradona, Eusebio. You see over there the entrance, Pele. So this is really one of our most iconic football boots. Till now we still have this King line that's going on. And actually, just a little bit of history. The King boot was actually created for Eusebio. Yeah.
And why so?
Well, he was one of the key person that sports celebrity that Puma sponsored during that time, during the 60s. So he's one of our sports celebrity during that time, during the 1960s.
Any interesting stories behind this boot? It says Tottenham on it. Is that where they won a game, or I'm not sure?
Well, we have quite a few boots that you see. Although it's a King series, that for example at Pele, they have different places that they played in. So basically that. Yeah.
You also mentioned, back to the Maradona boots. About where they won the games when they played that. Can you elaborate on what they won? What did he win when he wore those boots?
During the '86 World Cup. Okay, it's a slight controversy during that World Cup where I think there was a goal that was disputed where he actually scored a goal with his hand. So he was nicknamed during that period the Hand of God, where he scored a winning goal through his hand.
But they still won.
Yeah, they still won.
22 years ago, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Well, shall we move on to our next item?
Okay, I will tell you my favorite.
Okay, yes, tell me your favorite.
My favorite is Usain Bolt.
Of course, that's my favorite as well. Over here.
Exactly the pair that he wore, and he actually helped develop.
Wow.
And this is a gold pair.
I can still smell it, I can practically smell
I think you can smell the track of Beijing,
His big feet.
Yes, and actually you say this is we customize this, design it especially for him, and he's the only one who has this golden pair of boots. And with his name, he signed it.
Why gold boots all of a sudden, Is that the trend now?
Well, after he won, it's definitely the trend.
Yes,
definitely
a lot of people wearing gold these days.
Yes, exactly.
Well, a gold medalist needs to wear gold shoes, I guess. Is that how you win gold medals?
Yes, exactly. And break world records 2 times in a row.
Wow, this is really old school.
Oh, this is really old school. And you actually see these sharp spikes. This is the very first, what you call the spiked kind of running shoes.
I feel like that is really spiky.
Really, really, really spiky. You can see it's really sharp.
Is that can that still be used till today? No, right? They have to have smaller ones now.
Actually, you can see today, if you look over at the Usain Bolt shoes,
Okay.
we have actually improved the studs, yeah?
Yeah, they're a lot less spikier now and less dangerous.
Yes, and I'm sure a lot of technology goes into it.
No, but I think that
too difficult to explain.
This is pretty funky. And you can tell that that's really
correct.
I wonder how you guys kept all these shoes after all these years.
Well, it's our secret, but they are really well kept. Okay, and they are really the original that was worn by this athlete.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so
and we are very proud of them. That's why we have it showcased here.
Puma has had lots of celebrities sporting their shoes. Which would be your favorite?
Favorite celebrity?
Yeah, sporting the Puma shoes.
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. Okay, so 3 votes go to Usain Bolt.
Because he's a superstar.
Yes. All right, let's go cut the birthday cake. You know what? That fashion show was so funky. I feel like I want to be a skater girl now. Hope you enjoyed your 1-hour ticket.
Take a seat.